Hi, Burbling. Welcome. My name is Hina, and this is a beginner level vocabulary class with me. So, for all those who are waiting to get into class and are not premium account users, you guys have to wait for the first 2 minutes of class. That is because of the new feature that Burbling has rolled out, premium accounts. So, if you'd like to reserve spots for yourself in classes, make sure that you have a place and you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for that blue button to turn green. Then what you need to do is get a premium account, and that way you can reserve as many seats as you want for as many classes, and you get first dibs. All right, first dibs means you get to get in first above everyone else, and then the green button will appear, and then everybody can join class. And we have Yuri from Russia. Welcome, Yuri.
Welcome. Hello. How are you now?
I'm fine. I don't understand why you were here for my first class, but then you left for the biology class and now you're back again. So why didn't you attend what was wrong with my biology class?
Because I have a lot of home tasks and I must write down. And my teacher can say to me, Yura, you again don't ready for my class? Why?
So you call work that you get from your school is called home task?
Homework. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's okay. It's okay if you call it home task in Russia. I just wasn't familiar with it. Okay.
It's homework.
It's homework. Okay. And then we have Sofiane.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. This is the same Sofiane who's been in my classes all day today. Is this the same Sofiane? That's Sofiane.
No, this is the first time.
Oh, welcome, Sofiane. Welcome to Burbling. Yay. Sorry, there's another student of mine. His name is Sofiane too, and I'm just like, are you the same one? Because I can't see your picture.
No.
Okay, so welcome to class. What we are going to be doing in today's class, just as people are rolling in. Ahmed, welcome back, Ahmed. Today's class is it's not going to be too difficult like my last advanced level anatomy class. This is for a beginner to intermediate students. We are going to be learning some words that English has adopted from other languages. That's right. A lot of words that we use in English are actually, they have their roots and origins in other languages, and we have just completely taken those words and we pretend like those words are always English words, and that's not really the case. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a couple of the most common words that we use in English that are actually derived from other languages, okay? And we're going to learn their proper pronunciation as well, okay? So we have, if everybody could keep their mics muted, just I feel that like a lot of new students are typing like with their mics on. Okay, so before we begin, let's just do a quick round of introductions. So we'll say our name, we'll say where we're from, and if you know any word if you know any word from your language that is used in English, okay? So you can say what your language is, what your native language is, and if you are familiar with any words that English has stolen from your language, okay? So I will begin. She speak fast but very clearly. Okay, and yeah, sometimes I do speak fast. This is a beginner level class, so I will try my best to speak as slow as possible. If that's still not slow enough, you guys can let me know and I will try even harder to speak slower. All right, so let's begin. So what we're doing is we're introducing ourselves, saying our name, where we're from, what our native language is, and if we know any words in English that are originally from your native language, all right? So I'll begin. My name is Hina. I am from Canada, and right now I live in San Francisco in California. And I've been speaking English for most of my life, so I would say I am a native English speaker, but another language that I speak, that my parents speak, is Hindi, which is very similar to Urdu. And in Hindi, there's a word, avatar. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's the very, very popular movie Avatar. And avatar is a word taken from the language, the Hindi language, and it means appearance or manifestation. So it has its roots in the religion Hinduism. So it usually means reincarnation. So when a god comes back, the form that he comes back in is called an avatar. Okay? So there. That is my one word that we use in English that actually has its origins in another language. All right? So if you don't know any words in English that are taken from your language, that's okay. But if you do, then definitely share them with us, okay? So let's start with Ahmed. Ahmed.
Yes, I am here.
Yes.
My name is Ahmed. I'm living in Kuwait. I have more than words that origin. My native language is Arabic, and I have many words that have an Arabic origin, and
that are used in English.
also
That are used in English.
that are used in English. Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah. So go ahead. You can just share one, and in the rest of the class, you can share all of them if you want. Okay.
Yes, elixir is English word. Elixir in Arabic.
Do you want to type it? Do you want to type it in the chat box so we all know
Yes,
what the word is?
Of course.
Go ahead.
Of course.
Yeah.
Elixir is the English word. Yes. The Arabic origin is elixir, which is a philosopher's stone.
A philosopher's stone. Okay. All right. So an elixir is a philosopher's stone.
Yeah.
Has anybody heard of this word before? No? Okay, well that's why we're here, because I realized that a lot of words in English are actually from other languages, so you are more than welcome to share the words from your language that are used in English, okay? And in English, does it have the same meaning, Ahmed? Elixir, does it have the same meaning as a philosopher's stone?
Yes,
okay.
It's the same meaning, and also is elixir drug, which is a lifelong drug that given. It's a miracle. Miracle.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Miracle.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Yep. So elixir is a word that is originally from Arabic that we use in English. It means philosopher's stone, or it's also a chemical or a drug that we use here. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ahmed, and for very good detailed description. All right. Next we have Jalal. Jalal, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Jalal. I live in Canada. I'm a networking student, and I don't really know words that English adopts from other language, but I know that pizza is adopted from English to French.
Ooh, not really. Pizza is a cuisine. Who can tell me what kind of cuisine pizza is?
It's a French pizza.
Italian, yeah.
Italian, okay.
Pizza is Italian cuisine. So if you're saying pizza, it's actually Italian, and if you use it in English, then you have adopted it from Italian.
Italian, okay.
Yeah. And Jalal, what language do you speak? Turkish?
No, I speak Arabic, French, and English.
Okay, Arabic, French, and English. Okay, awesome. So Ahmed is going to share with us quite a few Arabic words that have been adopted into English later on in the class.
I have a list.
Yeah, so he's like, I came prepared. That's awesome. Thank you, Jalal.
You're welcome.
Next we have Jesus. Is that how you say your name? Martinez? Jesus Martinez? Hi.
Hi there.
Ooh, I think Jesus.
Hi.
Are you talking? Because, yeah, go ahead. Do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want to tell us what your name is, where you're from, and what your native language is?
Well, my name is Jesus Martinez, as it's from Chihuahua, Mexico.
Okay. All right. So.
And, well, I'm a student, and well, I don't understand much about the topic. Can you repeat me, because I'm having problems with my internet?
Yeah, I can tell that you're having issues with your internet. I can't understand most of what you said as well, but we are discussing words that are taken from other languages, okay? So words that we use in English that are taken from another language, okay?
Okay. Well, I don't know much words in well, how to
That's
say it.
okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm, well, maybe. Well, I don't know if it's correct, but I'm a really fan from the Japan culture.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, well, one of the words that they use to say I love you is aishiteru.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good word from to use, with a with a person when you are in a relationship, and I think it's very interesting. I
Okay.
don't know.
Perfect. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Next we have Luis.
Hi.
Hi, Luis.
Hi. So
Yeah.
I am Luis. I am from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, and I don't know if you use that word in English, but it's a very famous kind of dance, samba.
Samba. Yeah. So you speak Portuguese.
Yes.
You speak Portuguese, right,
Yes.
Luis? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna write that. So samba is a kind of dance, and it's a Portuguese word, and we use it in English as well. Perfect. Thank you, Luis. Next we have Mohammed. Mohammed Yarani. Hi. Um, are you muted? If you're muted, you need to click on the microphone icon on the top and unmute yourself. Okay? So I'll come back to you. Next we have Natalia. Oh my god, Natalia. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, there's a lot of noise coming from your microphone. Like it's very, very noisy and very loud. So if you could please move to an area that's not so noisy, that would be great. Okay? Thank you. And then you can unmute yourself and then introduce yourself. Okay?
Okay.
Next we have Sofian.
Yes. Can you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that?
we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I think alcohol is an Arabic word that used in English. Alcohol.
Okay. Ahmed, is alcohol an Arabic word?
Yes, I
He's like,
agree.
yes, that was on my list. Okay, I actually did not know that one. Thank you, Sofian. So your native language is Arabic.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Next we have Yi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm from China. I learned some words like the kung fu, tofu. Is from the Chinese.
Chinese language?
Yeah.
Okay, so kung fu. So do you want to explain to us what kung fu is, Yi?
Tofu. How do you explain this word?
It's a form of martial arts, right? It's a form of martial arts?
Yes.
Okay, so kung fu. Kung fu is a word in English that we have taken from Chinese, and it's a form of martial arts. Okay? Thank you, Yi.
Welcome.
And lastly, we have Yuri.
Hello, guys. Hello, Hina. I'm from Russia. My native language is Russian. Russian. And do you know sable?
Sable. Do you want to write it? If you write it in the chat box, then I might be able.
Of course.
Sable. Okay, what does that mean? Why don't you tell us?
It's small animal with beautiful.
Oh, is it like a little squirrel?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And unfortunately, from Russian to English, only names, things. For example, borscht.
Okay.
It is food and other stuff. Nothing special.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you, Yuri. And I did not know that sable was Russian. So thanks everyone for introducing yourselves and the native languages that you speak. I'm just going to ask if everybody could please keep themselves muted when they're not talking, because there's a lot of noise, like as you guys move around or you ruffle papers or stuff bangs or something, we can all hear it, okay? So if you could please keep yourselves muted when you are not talking, that would be great, all right? And if you want to say anything, then you just unmute yourself and you can say it, all right? I'm not going to stop you guys, okay? All right, so let's begin. So this is not going to be a very difficult class. It's basically meant to be a speaking vocabulary class. We're going to be talking about words in English that we have taken from other languages and how do we use them, what do they mean, okay? And if you have words of your own that's like, oh, I know this word from Arabic or this word from Turkish or this word from Russian, that they have been adopted into English, then I would love for you to share it with the class, all right? Because I don't know all the words, all right? I know some of them, and those are the ones that I'm going to be teaching in today's class, okay? Is everybody clear and comfortable with what we are doing in class today? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
All right. So, sorry. I'm going to say just everybody keep themselves muted, all right? So the words that we're going to be discussing, I'll write them in the chat box so you guys know what the word is and how it's said, all right? Okay, so let's see. And I just want to give everybody a quick overview that in English, the words that are adopted into English, about 30% of the words are from Latin, so the language Latin, and then 30% are from French, okay? And then about 25% of the words are from Old Norse. So Old Norse is like Old English. It's the kind of English that was spoken, in like Scandinavian countries. So Norway, Sweden, Denmark, those kind of countries. That language is called Old Norse. I'm gonna just write that here, okay? And then about 6% of the words are from Greek, the language Greek. And then all others, so around 5% of all words in English come from other miscellaneous languages. So you have Sanskrit, you have Hindi, you have Turkish, and so on and so forth, okay? All right, so that's just a little overview of where all the words in English come from. So the first word that I am going to use is sofa. You can tell me what a sofa is.
Sofa.
It's furniture.
It's like couch.
Yeah, exactly. A sofa is a piece of furniture. It's called a couch, so it's where you sit, right? So a lot of people have sofas and couches in their living rooms, and sofa is actually not an English word. It's derived from a French word. Okay?
From Arabic word. And my list is from Arabic word.
Ahmed's like, every word in every language is from Arabic. I don't care what you say, lady.
No, I have a book. No, please. I have a book and I have a reference. When I am talking about the origin, I have a reference. I don't talk about the bullshit or something.
I know. I'm kidding, Ahmed. I'm kidding.
Please,
so why don't you tell us the origin of the word sofa?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I will give you a document talking about the origin of the English language. I have one.
Okay.
If you want, I will give you any time you want.
Okay.
I will share my screen also.
Whoa. Ahmed's like, I want to teach this class. I want to teach it. Okay.
Take your time.
He's right. So sofa actually comes from, it means a raised section of the floor, and it means to be covered with cushions and carpets. Okay, Jesus, I'm gonna mute you. You're very loud when you're typing. Okay, so please keep yourself muted. All right. So it means so actually it comes from Arabic sufa. Is that how you say it? Sufa? S-U-F-F-A-H? Yeah?
Sofa, yes.
Sufa, yeah. So the origin of the word sofa is in Arabic, okay? So sofa is a couch where everybody sits, so like a comfortable chair with cushions, all right? Awesome. Let's look at another word that comes from another language. Karma. Who knows what karma is? Karma. I'm writing it in the chat box.
I think when you do something, the consequences.
Yeah, okay.
Is it Indian word? No?
Yeah, it comes from Hindi. Exactly, it comes from like Sanskrit, so which is the language that Hindi and South Asian languages come from. Okay, so who can tell me what karma actually is? What does it mean?
It's moral something.
It's
They
more
do moral.
moral. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Karma is a belief. Okay, it's a belief, and the belief is what goes around comes around. Okay,
Yes.
who can tell
It's
me what?
your sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Yuri.
It's your life score. You have
Your-
plus or minus.
Yes, it's your life score. What does it mean? What goes around comes around. Who can tell me what that is?
For example, I help a grandmother to cross roads. It's 1 point to my karma. And if I broke a window to my neighborhood window, it's -1 from my karma.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just comparing it to a video game where you have points. So the more good things you do, the more points you get. The more bad things you do, the more points are taken away. So karma is a belief. What goes around comes around. So what you do in your life, how you treat others, that will all come back to you. So if you treated people, if you treated others nicely, if you treated them with kindness, then people in turn will treat you the same. But if you were a bad person, if you treated people rudely and unfairly, then you will be treated that way in your life as well. Okay? And karma comes from Sanskrit. Who can use karma in a sentence?
No sentence, but a
In a
little bit
sentence.
rude.
Sorry, Sofian?
I know a sentence, but it's a little bit rude.
Okay.
Rude.
Rude. It's a little bit rude. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's see. Let's hear your rude sentence.
Okay, I know a saying that says karma is a bitch.
Oh, yes, that is a saying. Okay. I have a karma with my ex-girlfriend. No, you wouldn't say that. I have karma with my ex-girlfriend. You could say is if you don't donate to the poor, you're going to have bad karma for the rest of your life. Okay? So if you don't give money to poor people, then you're going to have bad luck. You're going to have bad karma for the rest of your life. So bad things are kind of gonna come back to you because you didn't do good in your life. Okay?
You
Perfect.
can say this restaurant has a bad karma. It means that it isn't very good restaurant and he has not very good reputation, and please keep this restaurant.
To yourself. Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
So a restaurant has bad karma. So when you say that, you're saying this restaurant was unfair to its patrons, and their roof fell down and they got food poisoning, and their like lobsters ran away or whatever. So bad karma, bad things happen to the restaurant. Okay? Awesome. Any questions? Anything so far? And you guys are free to talk. Like I want to have this like as a speaking class where you discuss ideas, or if there's a word that we cover and you're like, there's a word like that in my language and I want to talk about it, please go ahead and do so. Okay?
I can speak about karma.
Go ahead.
I can tell about karma.
You can. Okay, Yuri, tell us about karma. Tell us when you had good karma or bad karma.
Indian usually try to have a good karma because in their religion there is not only caste, it is level of your life, and if you, especially in Buddhism, I don't know how it's called, Buddhism. Yeah. You have levels of your life, and if you have a good karma after you die, you can up your level. For example, you was a stone. In the next your life, you can be a cat. If you, and then you can become
Become
people. If you have a bad karma, you your level is
you go down a level.
Yes, you're down your level, and you can become stone.
Exactly. That's perfectly right. So what Yuri is saying is in Buddhism and in Hinduism, these two religions and ways of life, you have a reincarnation. Who can tell me what reincarnation means? I'm writing it in the chat
Now,
box.
when we die, we can reincarnate on another person, another body, another baby.
Exactly.
Or not an animal.
Yeah, that's perfectly
Yeah.
right. So you can come back. So if you believe in the concept of, that when you die, you have a soul and your soul is reincarnated. So your soul comes back as somebody else or something else. And if you had bad karma in your life, then you come back as a stone or as a snail or as an ant or as something very little. But if you had good karma, then you come back as somebody, somebody rich or famous or happy. So depending on how you live in one life, when you reincarnate in the next life, it'll determine what you're going to come back as. What's another name for that? What's another name for this whole process of recycling your soul? There's another word for it. I'm gonna write it in the chat box. Can someone read that? Yuri's laughing. Yuri knows what that word is. What is that word, Yuri?
It's the famous music band.
Okay, so the word is Nirvana, and I know everybody's like, oh, Louis like, I know Nirvana too. So Nirvana was a very very popular band in the early '90s in the U.S., but they're not a band anymore. And Nirvana actually means like the highest level of reincarnation that you can reach. All right, so when you live a life and you die and you're reincarnated, you come back as something else, okay? And then you live that life and you die and then you come back as something else, okay? So when you lived enough lives, this is all beliefs in Buddhism and Hinduism, okay? It's not how it happens. It's if you believe that, all right? So in the end, when you die and you have lived all your lives and you have found happiness, okay? You know what it means to be happy. Then you find nirvana, then you find happiness, all right? Then you don't come back. Then you're just happy. No one knows what happens to your soul. You don't know where you go. You found nirvana, all right? So it's another way to, people say that in nowadays as well. It's like, after I had kids and they left for university, I found nirvana. So after my children left home and I didn't have to take care of them anymore, it was like nirvana. It was happiness, okay? Nirvana is also a word from Sanskrit, okay? All right? So I hope everybody's following. I hope everybody's good. Any questions so far? No? Yes? Okay? Okay, perfect. Next, we are going to switch up languages a little bit, all right? We have covered a couple of Sanskrit words and a couple of Buddhist words. Let's cover something from French. Who can tell me a word in French that has been adopted into English?
Cafe.
Cafe. Ooh, perfect. You guys have quite a few of them. Cafe. Luis, did you say
Boulevard.
cafe?
No, it's me.
Okay, so cafe. What's a cafe? Who can tell me?
It is a small place, small restaurant when you can drink coffee, tea, and maybe eat some snake. And I know enough. Snack. Sorry, snake. It's not very beautiful.
Yeah, snack.
Sorry. And do you know bistro?
Bistro, exactly. Bistro. Another one.
Yes, it's Russian. I forgot about it.
Ah, okay. That's awesome. Thank you, Yuri. So
Bistro.
Bistra.
Bistro, it is fast.
Oh, bistra. Okay, so a cafe is a word we have taken from French, and in the French language, cafe means coffee. Okay, so we've taken the word cafe and we've used it as the word cafe to describe a coffee shop. Okay, so a cafe is a coffee shop. Who can tell me of a very, very popular brand of cafes all around the world?
Nescafe.
Arabica.
Radica? Nescafe? Nescafe is a brand? Starbucks. There we go. So Starbucks coffee is a very popular cafe brand all over the world. And Starbucks actually originated in Seattle in the United States. So it's an American company, but it's a cafe, all right? And they're very famous for coffee.
Canada.
Sorry? We have it, yeah. Starbucks is all over the world, okay? It's a chain. So cafe comes from the French word café, which means coffee in French. And bistro, I'm going to get Yuri to explain to us what a bistro is, since he told us about it. So Yuri, go ahead. What's a bistro?
Do you remember Napoleon Bonaparte?
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Do you know? Yes.
I know of Napoleon. I don't know if everybody else knows of Napoleon.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It was in 18th century. No, 19th century.
Okay.
And a Russian army came to Paris, and they came to cafe and the restaurant and told him faster, faster, ask faster, as fast as it possible, быстро, 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 and from this it called bistro because it is very fast meal. Yes, very fast eating.
Okay. Does everybody understand?
It's usually fast on your food when you stand and you eat.
Okay, so it's like you have to quickly eat it.
Yes, very quick.
Okay, thanks, Yuri. Does everybody understand what Yuri said? So bistro is a word we use in English, and it's derived from Russian, and in Russian it means quickly, faster. So nowadays a bistro is a small restaurant, and I'm assuming the thing is that when you go to a bistro, you have to order really quickly, and then you have to eat it really quickly, and then you have to leave really quickly as well. So bistro is a Russian word, all right? Has everybody heard of it? Has everybody heard of bistro before? Hi, Phantom.
Never in my life.
Never? Okay.
Never.
Bistro, it's very common in North America. Like we have restaurants, we have cafes, we have bistros. It's very common. Jalal, you would have seen a couple of bistros in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's common here. So it's like a cafe. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yuri. Any questions so far? Any questions?
I have another word. Maybe deja vu.
Deja vu.
It's French too.
Yeah, deja vu. Has everybody heard of deja vu?
Yes.
What does it mean? What does deja vu mean?
Well, something that you maybe think you live. I don't. Well, maybe something that happened to you, but it's not necessary.
You think that it happens in past, but it isn't. It's just it's
feeling.
It's a feeling that you live this moment in the past. It's scientifically shown that the brain, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's physically in the brain. It's neurons are
firing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a good word, Jesus, and it actually is French. Sofiane, you were going to say something?
No.
No? Okay, so deja vu is actually French, and deja, so they're two words. This is not one word. Deja in French.
Deja et vu.
It means already, and vu means saw, to see, and in the past tense saw. So deja vu means already saw. So this is something that I have already seen. And has everybody, so you don't say you see deja vu, you say you experience deja vu. Deja vu is an experience that you have. It's like, oh my God, I feel like you said that before. Oh my God, I feel like I've been here before. Oh, I'm having deja vu. That's how you say it. I'm having deja vu, okay? So there's a correct way to express this as well, all right? Has anybody ever experienced deja vu?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah?
Many times, yeah.
Yeah? So how does it feel, Jalal? Do you want to explain it to us?
It feels like I lived this moment in the past, and I remember all what is happening. And sometimes when I use a number, I seem like it's the first time I'm using this number.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the deja vu, but how can I explain it? It's like you're living this moment.
Yeah. So it's reliving a moment. Okay, so I'm writing it in the chat box. So reliving a moment. To relive means to live again. Okay, so when you experience deja vu, when you have deja vu, it's like you've lived this moment before, but you haven't really, right? It's a very strange feeling, and if you've ever experienced deja vu, it's sort of like it's inexplainable. It's inexplicable. You can't explain why you feel that way. Okay, awesome. So that was a very good word. Thank you, Jesus.
You're welcome.
Another word we're going to use from French is this. Who can say that for me? And all the people who speak French, do not say it. Don't. Jalal, stop talking. So this is. Is anybody? Yeah, go ahead, Sophia.
Raison d'être.
Raison d'être. What does this mean, Sofiane?
Raison d'être.
Yeah. What does it mean? Who can tell me what it means?
Don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Okay. Raison d'être is.
I think if you translate it to English,
it's reason to be. Yeah.
Yes.
It's reason to. It translates directly. Okay. So, raison d'être is reason to be. I'll give you an example. It's my children are my raison d'être. So my children are the reason that I am. My children are the reason that I am alive, or the reason that I am happy. Okay. So it's a reason for something. Who can give me another? Make sense? Sorry, Yuri. To make sense.
Is it make sense? Not.
Let's see, Jalal. Can you use raison d'être to make sense?
To make sense. Using it in English. Okay.
Yeah, so we're using raison d'être in English. So the raison d'être is complete French. It's not an English word at all. But we use it in English all the time. You can read it. You come across it on the in the news, in newspapers. People say it in everyday speech. So it's important to know what they're saying. So raison d'être literally means your reason to exist, the reason for something is. All right. So Jalal, could you use raison d'être to make sense? As to make sense?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay, Sofian, we're gonna wait. So Jalal, if you wanna, I'll come back to you. All right. Once you compose your thoughts. All right. So the example that I gave, a lot of women will be like, my children are the reason for my existence. All right, or my children are the reason that I live. What they're saying is, my children are my raison d'être. They're the reason that I am who I am and I am alive. All right.
Computing is all my life. It's my reason d'être.
Reason d'être. Yes. All right. Thank you, Jalal. Any questions before we move on? Before we switch languages and we move to Arabic? Any questions? Any other words of French that we'd like to cover before we switch up languages?
I have a word in French.
Oh, go ahead, Luis.
It's boulevard.
Boulevard.
Yes.
Boulevard. Okay. Do you want to type it in the chat box? Okay. So Luis has given us another word from French that we use all over North America in the English language, and it is boulevard. Who knows what a boulevard is?
I know it is.
Yeah, go ahead, Sofian.
It's a path.
It's a path?
A path.
Path, yeah.
It's like an avenue, I guess.
It's basically a street. It's basically
a
a street. A big street, basically, yeah.
Big, beautiful street, usually.
Yeah, but usually a boulevard is where there's an... Okay, Jesus, please mute yourself. There's a lot of noise coming from your microphone, okay? Okay. And hold on. Jesus, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you please mute yourself? There's a lot of noise coming from your microphone. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, boulevard, it's not a place. Like you're not going to say I'm going to boulevard, all right? You can say I'm going to a boulevard. It's basically a big street, all right? So you know where people live, houses, there's streets. So a boulevard is usually an intersection. So where streets meet, there's a roundabout, there are houses, there can be shops. Over here in North America, there's basically no difference between, well, that's not really true. Boulevard is a big street. It's bigger than a street, okay? What is a really, really popular boulevard in the States, in North America? Who can tell me?
Hollywood, I guess.
Sorry?
Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood, exactly. Hollywood Boulevard. Perfect. Hollywood Boulevard is one of the most popular boulevards in the whole world. Okay? Oh, and I'm going to say another really popular street in the United States that is in Hollywood is this one. Who can tell me how this is pronounced? Hold on, I'm having some issues with my chat. What's another really popular street in Beverly Hills that you guys can think of? Here. How do you say that?
Rodeo Drive. Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo Drive? Okay.
No.
No? This is actually pronounced Rodeo Drive. Rodeo. Okay? So when you go to LA, Los Angeles, where there's Hollywood Boulevard, which is a very, very popular boulevard, and then you have Rodeo Drive. That's where all the designer shops are in Los Angeles. And a lot of people say rodeo, but it's actually pronounced Rodeo Drive. Okay? Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for that word, Luis. And Luis is the one who told us about boulevard. It's a big street and it's a French word. Okay? Awesome. Let's switch up languages. Let's go to our Arabic guru, Ahmed. Ahmed, what words do you have for us from Arabic? Ahmed. Yes. So Ahmed is going to tell us a popular word from Arabic that is used in the English language. So let's go.
Cotton.
You have to type it in the chat box so we all know what the word is.
Yes. Cotton.
Sanfu? Cotton. Oh, okay. Does everybody know what cotton is?
Cotton is product of plant that is white.
It is your wear.
It's what you wear, exactly. So
Yes.
cotton, yeah, cotton is a plant, and it makes this like super puffy fabric, like very soft white fabric. And like my shirt is made of cotton. All right. So cotton is an Arabic word, and we use it in English. We say cotton, like this is a cotton shirt. All right. It's a material. It's a fabric. Okay. Everybody knows what the word fabric is, right? Fabric is material what clothes are made of. So you have synthetic fabrics, like you have polyester, all right? You have spandex. So cotton is one of those fabrics, all right? What else? What other, Fanfu, what other words, do you know any words from Arabic that we use in English? Fanfu, can you hear me?
All numbers from Arabic.
All numbers?
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's
Yeah.
Arabic.
Is it? Ahmed, are all the old numbers Arabic? Numbers in English? Yeah? All of them?
All of them, but pronounce is different.
Okay, how do you say it in Arabic?
The numbers.
Yeah?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's English,
But in
right?
Arab,
Yeah?
this is English.
Mm-hmm.
But in Arabic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on.
That doesn't sound similar. Do you guys think that sounds similar? What Ahmed
No,
said
not
in...
sound.
Okay.
Not sound. The symbols of the
Oh.
in the clock is in Arabic origin.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, thank you,
The only
Ahmed.
number, I think the only number in common is 0. It's actually Arabic number.
Yes, 0 is Arabic. Yes.
Yes.
Zero is Arab.
The only one.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Thanks, guys. What other words do you guys want to share? That are
Algebra.
you guys have to write it in the chat box
Okay.
because sometimes when I hear it, I don't really know what the actual word is. Okay,
It's like
Ahmed.
this.
Algebra.
Sorry,
Oh,
guys, I must leave for this perfect conversation. My train waiting for me.
bye, Yuri. I'll see you in
Bye.
a later class. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay.
See you.
Bye. So we have algebra. Who knows what algebra is?
Yes, algebra is a type of mathematics. It's a part of mathematics that dealing with
Variables.
yes,
Variables. Okay.
Yes, to reduce or consolidate.
Consolidate.
Yes.
Put
yes,
together.
Consolidate.
Perfect. So algebra is a branch. It's a branch of mathematics. Has anybody ever studied algebra?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Luis, why don't you tell us a little bit about it? What do you study in algebra?
Oh, I really, really hate math, so it's a bad
You're
question.
like, I hate it, but I study it. So tell us what you study in it. And why do you hate it? Tell us that too.
Well, the only branch that I liked was like, I don't know how to say this in English, but the branch of math that you calculate the areas and perimeters. How do you say this?
Areas and geometry.
Yes, that was my favorite one.
Yeah, that's your. I love geometry too. I hate algebra. You know what I hate? I hate calculus. Everybody knows what calculus is?
Yes,
oh my
I
god,
do.
I hate calculus. I don't want to tell you this, but I failed calculus in university. That's how bad I am at calculus. I don't like it, but I love geometry. Geometry is where you study angles, right? You study angles and you study like dimensions and all that stuff. Are those words also from Arabic, Ahmed? Geometry and calculus? No.
Geometry, no, but it's an English word.
Okay, so geometry comes from geometrical. Okay, geometrical. Okay, so when something has like shapes and sizes and angles, that's the study. A study of all of that is geometry, and I personally like geometry as well. Okay. What else? What other words can you think of? Here's another word that I remembered. It's not a word, it's a phrase. Okay. How do you guys say that?
Haute couture.
Haute couture, exactly. Who knows what that is? Okay.
It's well made, I guess.
It's well made, yeah. It actually translates into high fashion. Okay? Yeah. High fashion. All right. So if you guys have ever watched like a fashion show, or if you have designer clothes who are doing a fashion show or on a runway, then you describe that as very haute couture. All right. The haute couture means high fashion. So you can use it as like if somebody wears something that is really sorry.
Luxus. It's lux.
Luxury. You mean luxury?
Yeah.
Luxury.
Yeah.
Okay. Luxury. Okay, luxury is something that is only reserved for really rich people. Okay, so haute couture is a luxury. All right, so you can use it in your language, like if you have a friend and she or he they're dressed in very expensive clothes. It's like, oh my god, your outfit is so haute couture. Okay, so your outfit is so high fashion. All right, does everybody understand what haute couture is and how you would use it? If you ever watch like the news and they're covering like a fashion special, they definitely say this phrase. They're like, "Oh, it's so haute couture." Okay. What else? Any questions? Is everybody clear? Feel like, am I moving too fast? Am I talking too fast? Is everything okay?
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's. Emma, do you want to give us another Arabic word before we go back to French?
I want to give
as you want.
2 words.
Okay, Fanfu has words from Arabic. Go ahead, Fanfu.
Yeah, tomato and potato. We call them the same in Arabic.
Tomato and potato? Okay, the tomato and potato. So their origins are in the Arabic language. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody... Yes. So everybody knows what a tomato and a potato, what these are, right? Tomato is a fruit. Potato is, I want to say vegetable, but it's a legume.
Vegetables.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's look at another word. All right, this is restaurant lingo now. So these are words that you would come across at a restaurant. Who can say that for me? I wrote it in the verbal link chat. This is pronounced hors d'oeuvres. Can everybody say that? Hors d'oeuvres. Or so there's no H and S in the first word. It's hors d'oeuvres. Okay? What are hors d'oeuvres? Who can tell me? All the French people. Jalal, do you know what an hors d'oeuvre is? Oh, I think he's not there. Okay, an hors d'oeuvre is an appetizer.
Appetite.
Yeah, appetizer. Okay, an appetizer is an hors d'oeuvre. So depending on which restaurant you go to, they might say appetizer or they might say hors d'oeuvre. Okay, an appetizer is what you eat before you eat the main meal. All right. So for an appetizer you could drink a soup or you could eat a salad. You could have garlic bread. That's not your main meal. That's just what you're eating. You're getting warmed up to eat your food. So that's an appetizer. Another word for appetizer is hors d'oeuvres. All right? Hors d'oeuvres are usually when you go to a party and there are waiters walking around, you know, they have trays in their hand and they're walking around like this.
Have garlic bread? It's not
oh my God. Okay. So what they have on their tray, the small bite-sized thing that you pick up and you eat, those are hors d'oeuvres. Okay, can everybody say that word for me, please? Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Perfect. Yeah. A lot of people don't know how to pronounce it. They go like Hors D'oeuvres or whatever. It's not pronounced like that. It's pronounced hors d'oeuvres. Here, I'll write it phonetically. Okay. Hors d'oeuvres. Okay. Hors d'oeuvres. That's how you say it, but that's how it's written. All right, and it's a French word. Okay. All right. Let's go back to Arabic. Ahmed, which word would you like to share with us now from Arabic?
Yes, Sahara.
Ooh, Sahara. Is that the proper noun or is it just a regular noun?
It's a regular noun. Sahara is Sahara in English and also Sahara in Arabic.
What is the Sahara? Can you tell us?
Desert.
A desert, yeah. So has everybody heard of the Sahara Desert? Has everybody heard of the Sahara Desert? It's like a big belt of desert in Africa. Okay? Does everybody know where that is? The Sahara Desert?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, Louis is like, yeah, I know where that is. Okay. That's
English.
Sorry, what? Slim?
It's not English word. I think just the noun of something.
No, Sahara, we do use Sahara in English as well. Like aside from the Sahara Desert, the word Sahara is also used in English. Okay?
Also safari.
Safari, perfect. Safari. What's a safari? Who can tell me what a safari is?
It's an adventure.
Sorry, Ahmed?
Adventure trip.
Adventure trip, yeah. An adventure trip through like, and it doesn't have to be through a desert. A safari is an adventurous trip, usually taken on a car. You can go on a safari in a jungle. You can go on a safari in a desert. You could go on an Arctic safari as well, but most people wouldn't really say that. A journey, perfect. Yeah, a journey is called a safari. Okay, and the pictures of the Sahara Desert have been posted by Altair in the chat box. Okay, so Sahara on its own is just a regular noun to describe very dry land like a desert. The Sahara Desert is a proper noun, okay? And that's in Africa. All right. Yes. So let's
South Africa. I'm sorry.
It's not South Africa. It's a belt in the middle of Africa.
It's Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, and Morocco.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. And I can hear noise coming from some people's microphones. So if you guys could mute yourself, that would be great. All right. Okay, let's look at another word. Who can tell me what that word is? How do you say
Bazaar.
it? Bazaar, yeah. Where does that word come from?
French.
Sorry?
French.
France? Yeah. What's a bazaar?
It's a sort of many things that not in order.
Okay. A bazaar is actually a word we use in English. It doesn't come from France. It doesn't come from French. It comes from Persian. Okay. So a marketplace. So a bazaar is basically a marketplace. Okay.
Like in Arabic, we say also bazaar.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
marketplace.
So it's not a. Yeah, go ahead, Luis.
I'm sorry. In Portuguese, we have a different meaning for bazaar.
What does bazaar mean in Portuguese?
It's like a place where you sell used clothes.
Yeah, that's a bazaar as well. A bazaar is not where you only buy food. A bazaar is any place where there are shops and people are selling things. It doesn't have to be just food. So if you can have a used clothes bazaar, you get what I'm saying? So it depends on
Yes.
what, yeah. So it means the same thing. A bazaar is basically a marketplace where people are selling things, all right? People are selling things and other people are buying things, and it's very busy, and it's usually bazaars happen on the weekend. Like over here, we'll go to like the Sunday bazaar, okay? Sunday bazaar. So that'll be a marketplace out in the open where people are selling anything and everything you can imagine. It can be food, it can be clothes, it can be souvenirs, it can be just anything. All right. So a bazaar is a marketplace. It's usually outside. That's one thing about a bazaar that is distinctive. That is usually outside. All right. Okay. Okay, let's switch it up a bit. Let's get Ahmed to share a word with us from Arabic. Ahmed, go ahead.
Yes, I will share.
Yes.
Yes, one of them. Magazine.
Magazine. Ooh, I actually know that one.
Yes.
So why don't you tell everybody what a magazine is?
Magazine in the English. Al-Makhzan in Arabic. In Arabic, a storehouse or a place of storage.
A place of store. Okay, magazine. So in English, what does everybody know the English word magazine?
Yes.
Yeah. What is it, Luis?
It's like a kind of newspaper, but with different kind of speeches.
Yeah, a magazine is a casually read book. It's like a very thin book, yeah, and you casually read it. What are some really popular magazines out there? Have everybody heard of tabloid magazines? Do you guys know what tabloid magazines are? Have you heard of that word, tabloid?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
On Android.
Sorry?
It's two words tablet with Android. I'll convince to make one word is tablet. I think that I really like.
No, tabloid magazines are magazines that cover like gossip news.
Yes.
Gossip, exactly. So tabloid magazines cover like gossip news, like celebrities, like who got pregnant and who got married and who got dropped from a movie. So that's all gossip.
It's not high tech. IT magazine. Teacher. Okay.
Hi.
Wait, but she unmute.
All right. Can you guys hear me now? Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm so sorry to like lose you guys like that. I just had internet issues. Okay. We're actually at the end of our class. So I hope you guys thought this was a fun class. I've never done anything like this before. Taken other languages and told you guys which words are in English. But Ahmed, I really want to thank you, Fanfu, Jalal, everybody, Luis, Jesus, everybody who contributed to like, oh, this word is in this language and this language. I learned a lot as well. Like I didn't
You are
know some,
welcome.
and I didn't know some of the words were from the languages that you said. So I hope this was a fun class for everybody. And if you guys liked it, then definitely give me feedback on Verbling or on my Facebook. And if you liked it and if you'd like me to schedule it again, I'll schedule it again. There are so many words we can go through. And if you guys want to prepare in advance next time, that would be great. You'd be like, like Ahmed, he's like, I have a book and I'm gonna go through all of it and tell you that English is all from Arabic. Right? So if you guys want to do that next time, come prepared. Luis, I'd love to know more words from Portuguese that are used in English. All right? So I am out. Thank you guys so much for attending this class with me. I'll be back in an hour with another class.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's always a pleasure teaching you guys. So I'm out. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you give me feedback either on Burbling or on Facebook. I love hearing from you guys, okay? Take care. I'll see everybody next time, okay? Bye.